Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, please don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Johannesburg time, we'll be having our first Real People live stream. And it's with Karine. Karine is a lady who I actually had a live stream with probably nearly a year ago now. At that time, she was living in Cape Town. We're going to be talking about her move to Europe. And, she'll be giving advice. She'll be talking about the triggers that made her move. And she'll be talking about opportunities for other minority groups in South Africa to actually join her in her migration away from that terrible place. Now, talking about Real People, I received an email from Mac. I'll just call her Mac. And she says, I am so desperately trying to stay positive and hold on to God's word, but it is not easy anymore. We've really become emotionally numb and are even too scared to think or feel anymore. I'm trying to stay positive and keep my children positive while they are still in the country. My son and his girlfriend are planning to move to New Zealand soon, and my daughter and her husband are now looking at the UK, where she can hopefully join the coroner's court. I've been a single parent my entire life and raised my kids in Johannesburg, but now stay in Cape Town, which has now become the murder capital of the world. And we know that, don't we? With all those gangs in places like Khayelitsha. It's just shocking. I grew up in a farm not far from Griquatown, and the Griqua people working for my father on the farm was our only friends. We grew up with them. Piet Lefleur and Anna Engelbrecht, their children were our only friends, as the farms were very far apart, and weeks went by before we saw other farmers or their children. I remember how my mum struggled to keep us inside the house when the sun went down, as we only wanted to be with our friends around the fire at their house. Now, I've been to Griquatown many times, and it's the most isolated little town you're ever likely to see. And it's got this incredible water tower. I might actually attach a video of that, of me on top of the water tower looking out over Griquatown. Okay, let me show you that first, and we'll continue with the story.
Down the bottom, over there, you can see Leonskale, which is where the original springs of Griquatown were. This is where the kraals were in Virgil's book. There's a road that comes from Griquatown, from Kimberley to Griquatown. You see a truck going along it. It goes all the way through. There's the top of this water tank tower. They got everything here, even lightning rods. My God, we're so bloody high up here. Anyway, let's see if I can find the old hanging tree from here. Yep, I can see it. It's down in that area over there. Yeah, just above that, looks like a race course. You can see the tree behind that greenhouse. See if I can zoom in on it. Zoom out so I can see that. Unfortunately, the lights are okay. Hell of a wind blowing up here too, which makes it quite freaky as well. Okay, so there's that road. I've got to zoom into there. There's a race course. Now, up there, that's where the hanging tree is there. Just above that green roof in the center of the picture. That's a galgboom, where Griquas in the 1800s hung people who were convicted of murder, etc. Okay, I think that's enough of the video show. I've got some photos to take from a spot that Birchall would love to have been at. And then I'm going to come back down this staircase, and I've got to show you the staircase. You can see why I call it fairly freaky. Have a look at this. Have a look at this staircase. There it is. There it is down there. How's that for a staircase? Huh? And then that's only half, and the other half goes down from the other side there. You can see how high I am. It's a long way down from here. And this is the scariest climb I've ever done. You can see the kids over there are getting quite excited. Until you, not many people climb up here. You have to look at the handrails and you can see that the corrosion hasn't been touched for a long, long time. So here we go. Let's zoom into these kids. There you are. They're all coming to have a look. See what I'm up to. Where the hell have I gone? There we are. They're all coming to see what's going on up here. I think I'm going to jump off or something. Not bloody likely. Anyway, there we go. This is Griquatown. There we go. More of the kids in Griquatown. And more of the scenery. I'll just scan through. I'm going to stand up while the wind's gone down. There we are. I'm right in the middle of this water tank now. Okay, here's the view from up here. Scanning right around from south, going towards the north. Here we are, there's that metal rail across to the other side. And that's the road going towards Uppington.
We were talking about how she was friends with the Griquas near Griquatown. I'm so glad my mum and dad are not alive anymore, because they surely would have been murdered by now. My mum was the district sister and used to go from farm to farm with her medical equipment to care for all the farm workers and their children. They used to call my dad QB because he was always there for everybody to go to where they had any problems. Everybody trusted and loved my dad. He lost his farm due to a family quarrel. My dad's mother was a real dictator and actually owned many farms in the area. I think she saw my father as one of her servants or farm workers. You won't believe me. One of the conditions in the title deed of Volvapan, the farm, and that was during 1984 when I started working for attorneys in Kimberley, was that the Queen of England had free right of passage over the farm. I remember my grandparents still had a butler who drove their car, and we were never allowed to enter their house through the front door. So yes, I can imagine that was apartheid, even though towards your own children and grandchildren. How I hated apartheid between the white people. My entire childhood I felt not good enough for all the rich kids in the school. Today I don't even look around in the traffic because I'm white. I don't want to make eye contact with any black person because you never know what they can do. Anyway, this is just to thank you for everything you're doing for us. And by the way, I bumped into Julius Malema at the Super Spa in Goodwood one day. What a small little man. Julius! Yeah, you see what happens when I mention his name? Julius Chicken Man! Malema. Okay, Bonsai, settle down. He's not here. It's okay. Julius is not here, believe me. It really felt like I could pull him over my lap and just give him the hiding he never got from his mother. You won't even recognize him in the street. The media made him what he is today. The media created all these monsters. What is going on in our beloved country right now? All the murders and destruction and crime and hate was created by politicians and the media. Just one last question. Can you find out where the hell F.W. de Klerk is? I just want to look him in the eye and ask him, are you happy now? Well, I have to tell you, Mac, that I think you will find there's a huge number of minority group people who would be in that queue wanting to ask the same question. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, ring the bell for the updates, and have a great evening. Bye for now.